What's going on? Another 501 Witty podcast episode. It will say 127, but 27 overall.
Damn.
Yeah, we
Damn.
going, man. 27 different guests. We doing our thing when it comes to these podcasts.
That's what's up.
It's crazy. You know, I'm thankful, blessed like always. Hey, the Phoenix. You already know who I am. Go ahead, man.
The photo mate. Mr. Bobby Timms, you know who I am. Instagram, follow me on Instagram if you want to book me for a session. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, man.
Yeah, what the hell you waiting on?
Really need y'all support out there. Go like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we're trying to continue to grow.
Yeah, and watch
once
the
we grow,
and watch it.
Shut up, nigga. Once we grow, y'all can grow. Simple as that. Now, continue.
Thank you. Hey, man, another Mount Sinai alumni here. Going back like that, right? Yeah, like Southwest Boaz here like about a couple months ago.
Oh, word? Okay.
Yeah, but now you know, another church mate. I don't go to church no more, but but you got a church alumni here. Hey, man, introduce yourself to the people.
What's going on?
What you got going on?
What's going on, good people? Dhall, Dhall Homes, investor, property manager, contractor.
Hey.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. You went light on the names, man. I was looking for the L. You know what
I'm saying? All the many names, but I try to say to people. He be shaking his head and shit when I start talking about everything else.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead then.
Okay. Since the white asked for it, guys. Dark Child, you got, of course, Lady Killer, April Fools, The Beast, Titty Man, Lord of the Tits, Breast Bandit.
That one.
I said that one. And of course, we all know the Phoenix. But yeah, that's
No
me.
doubt.
But it's about you, Mr. Hall. It's about you.
This guy we got about 30 different personalities.
Yeah, boy, but don't fuck with me. But just speak to like what got you involved in just into the whole realtor industry and just being an investor. Go through the whole journey.
Yeah, man. So really, I've been around real estate pretty much my whole life, man. On both sides of the family, indirectly, and man, you kind of grow. You got that, you know, our people sometimes we don't know the exact names or the right names or the right words for things, but you kind of learn from it. And you pick up. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what this is. So I've always been around that, and so went to school, struggled while I was in school, passed, but struggled.
What college you graduate from?
Arkansas Baptist College.
Oh, look at him, look at him.
Man, big shout out to Reverend Kelly.
Got the colors on too.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah,
hey, right. And so, man, came back and going to school, and it just seemed like a good fit, man, getting into real estate as a realtor and really wanting to start from the bottom, man. A lot of people don't know I was an investor first. So I was an investor well before I became a realtor. And, man, just jumped in and really wanted to help people and, man, learn the business. And so what I started noticing was a lot of people that look like us weren't able to get homes. And so that was kind of frustrating, and you trying to figure out, like, well, man, you know, everybody in Little Rock, their thing is you know, graduate, move away, right? Because there's not that many jobs, there's not that much stuff going on. So, you know, teachers here in the 30s compared to like Dallas, if you want to teach 52, 53, like just no experience, no nothing. So, I mean, it's just more opportunity. And so, man, being here was a little bit of a struggle, but kind of seeing how people were struggling to get homes, I was like, well, let me figure out this problem. And so, that's kind of where it started from there, is, man, just trying to help people get into homes. I'm like, okay, well, I see some of us aren't making enough money. Some of us are struggling with credit issues. So I'm like, man, let me help create this little pipeline so maybe we can work something and go down that path. And then eventually it kind of tied into what I was already doing as an investor and the stuff I knew. And so just kept the process rolling that way, man. And so it's been going for years. I'd probably say almost, wow. Definitely. I have to count it up, but I mean over 13, 14 years.
Oh, man. Hey, congratulations.
Appreciate it, brother.
You said that at one point you seen that a lot of black people wasn't in the position to get into homes. Have you seen, since you've been involved, have you seen an improvement upon this yourself from your angle?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I think there's still some struggles, but I mean, a lot of people, I think, man, it's really about jobs. I think the bigger issue is jobs, you know. Now, thankfully, we got a mayor, we got somebody in office, you know, that's trying to do that. We got people that's trying to bring jobs back to the city, because like Amazon's here, Costco's here. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's coming that, you know, wasn't here when we were younger. So that's a dope thing. But I mean, people still need to be paid more. You know, teachers should be struggling.
Well,
I mean, period, point blank.
Yeah, it's everywhere. That's trash.
Yeah, big trash. So you know, Little Rock's got some great stuff, man. It's always gonna be home, but you know, man, it would be cool to see people make more money and then be able to use that money to start creating generational wealth. Like that would be dope to be able to start saying like, yo, listen, let's go back, buy up these hoods, buy up the block, buy back these areas that we were claiming, and actually do something with them.
Yeah.
You know. So that's always been my passion. I mean, my thing is listen, I hate on nobody who gets their money. Do what you do, but it's very frustrating to see somebody that doesn't look like us come to our community and make it better, and then the people who lived there their whole life can't afford to get back in there. So
correct.
That's always something for me to kind of spark my interest and make me want to kind of start my business. So
what's the biggest issue that you see with people trying to get a home?
Not some of it's as I say, it's two parts. Some of it's not educated enough, and I'm very light when I say that. I'm not being disrespectful, but you don't know what you don't know, you know. So I think that's a big issue. And then money, man. I mean, people need money. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have it. You know,
like as far as like the down payment or like.
No, I think just in general, man. I think we skip over one big part is just, man, for quality of life. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about people that's our age and talk about like moving, everybody's like, I want to move to what? Dallas, Houston, these places. But what they're saying is, I want to move to a place where it's quality of life. I can go have fun, but I can make money. I can make a decent wage. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to have, tons and tons of college debt, to make a livable wage. You can go drive a truck, or you can go, mailman, or I mean, whatever, wherever you are, and still make money and have a good thing. So a lot of people don't like to talk about that part, but I think that's humongous. Like to get a house and do some of these things, you need money.
I feel like that's more of on the side of actually knowing how to manage your money.
I agree with that too. I agree with that too.
You can make 50, 60 bands a year and live, I ain't gonna say just comfortable, but you'll be okay with that. But you could go, fuck that off and be like, damn, I'm broke. Why am I so broke? Like, you don't know how to manage your money.
Agreed.
So.
Agreed, but I would say that goes into the education piece I was talking about.
Gotcha.
Like once you start getting educated, like you make the money, but you get educated. So maybe the order's reversed, but you definitely got to make the money, but you definitely got to be educated about it too. For sure. But I think that's the tough part. And so, man, what happens is we struggling to get our first home, and you see people that don't look like us, they're investment properties or doing so many more things with their money, and it's like, hey, we getting lapped,
Correct. So talk to the people and let's go from like beginning. Like, okay, my money's right.
Okay.
I've been renting from this location
for
let's say 6-7 years. I'm tired of renting. I may want to purchase this home I'm currently living in because maybe the landlord said, I'm going to give it to you first, give you first dibs, or we go look for a new home. Speak to the process. Boom, 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 boom. Like for a first time buyer.
Okay.
What do you say? Advice to them.
Cool. So definitely the first thing a lot of people don't want to talk about, but you hit the nail on the head. You gotta educate yourself. So you gotta it's a sucky part, but you gotta start educating yourself. So I would definitely say, and a lot of people are not gonna like this, realtor friends, I get it, but I would actually talk with a loan officer first, or develop a relationship with a bank, like possibly get in with a credit union who has lower interest rates, and find another good bank, somebody that you talk to and you can trust and bounce ideas off of, because the process of buying a home starts well before you're ready to put some money down. It's just having that conversation and being able to speak the language. So I'm a big proponent of telling people what to do, but also telling them how to do it. So what I would say is if you don't know where to start, what you do is start talking to people in the industry, but start listening to the language and start listening to the lingo. And when you hear new things you haven't heard, like, oh, let me write that down, let me go find this out. And then when you come back, when you finally get to meet a realtor or finally get to the loan officer, you can say, hey, well, what's this? And that way we can have an intelligent conversation, and it moves the process along faster for us and you. So I definitely think education piece is important. Then also understanding credit, understanding what that looks like, what's a good credit score, what you can get financed for, the different types of loans. A lot of people are only familiar with like FHA and conventional loans, but also understand what RD loan is, like a rural development loan. For our military people, understanding what benefits are available to them. So there's a lot. I mean, it's a lot to chew on, a lot to kind of process. So I would say that, but the biggest thing is you want to watch your debt to income. Yes. So you hit the nail on the head. Really, is that debt to income is it's
because I went through that myself when I first started going through my process about 3 years ago, and it took me about 6-7 months to really work on that. And then, like I said, once I was ready, I finally ready to go to the team.
That's why Cause me and my wife looking to get a house right now.
Mhm.
But what you just said, the debt to income ratio, I'm trying to wait just a little bit to pay a little bit of that down, cause I already know there's gonna be an issue.
Yep.
So I definitely feel you on that.
Yep. So I think, man, keeping with that that debt to income is super important. And so there's some specific numbers to get into, and there's a formula. But the easiest way to simplify it is you want to basically have more money coming in than you have going out. And the number that you want to stay under is 40%. You want to stay under 40%. If at all possible. And really, so again, telling you what to do, kind of telling you how to do it, I'll tell you a good formula that a lot of people don't know, and I really like it. It's called the 50-30-20 method. And so it kind of gives you a rule or a rubric for managing your money. So it's kind of like if you say, whatever your income is, and you say, okay, I'm going to take 50% and I'm going to put that towards my bills. I'm going to take 30% and put that towards discretionary funds. I can spend, kick it, do whatever I want to do, have fun. 20% goes towards savings, right? Now, the hard part about this is that's a little challenging with a paycheck, but it's a good rule of thumb, because if you got less money and 50% is not able to make up that bills, then you're probably spending too much. Or if you say, hey, 20% and I'm not able to save this or whatever, then that also should be a red flag to let you know, like, hey, my money's off somewhere. And so it kind of goes, that's what I said, it kind of goes hand in hand with the money, because that's a challenge to do. You know, if you have some people only making maybe, let's just say $700-800 every 2 weeks or something like that. I mean, it's tough.
It's rough.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's very rough.
You know, it's rough. And then you're looking at it from, I'm single, in the sense that I'm married and don't have kids or anything like that. But when you talk about definitely have a girlfriend, when you put that out there.
He didn't mean nothing by it.
Whole podcast will blow up. It won't be no 501.
But guess what? According to Kevin Samuels, until you married.
Oh, no.
Hey, we're not even gonna bring that guy up right now.
Let's not talk about that young woman at all on your podcast. But I think man, you threw me off.
We'll go ahead. Income ratio 30-50.
Yeah, 30-20. Yeah, so it's a challenge, man, and I think you really want to make sure that you can do that. So that's why I said the money piece and making more money would be a great thing, because for the people that are married and have kids, my God, I can't imagine what that looks like for them when you're trying to provide for yourself, you're trying to pay bills, you're trying to kids, school stuff,
daycare,
and COVID right now with daycare and all that's like. That's frustrating just thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a challenge, but I think in an ideal world, that's where we need to be. But that's also why I say for us, it's kind of like here's the back door to investing for us, is that a lot of times, a lot of the neighborhoods that investors come look at, right, where this house is under 20,000, under 10,000, are the neighborhoods we already own. You know, they're houses that are grandma's house, auntie's house, these people's houses that we have in our family that we give away. You know, and we'll give them away for little to nothing. And I'm like, man, you got to start thinking, like, why does somebody else want that house for a little bit of nothing? That's why I say educate yourself, because if we start holding on to these houses and then take our time, fix them up, hey, man, live in that house for, 5 years, 4 years, whatever you got to do, but build up your credit, do what you and your wife want, and then when you get ready to move, you move, but then you take that, turn it into a rental property. And that's to me that's the formula I think for starting to build generational wealth, man. It's like it's a slow process, and going at it that way. So essentially though, kind of get back to your question, the process, I think those are the initial parts, is like making sure you're around the good people and being able to start asking questions, start educating yourself on it, and then find people that you can link with. A key thing, again, a lot of people are not going to like this, but if somebody's always, if a realtor or a loan officer is always giving you to sign your name on the line, sign this contract, blah, 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 blah.
Aggressive.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a conversation. That's why I always offer my services, and I say, hey, look, when it's time to sell or whatever, we'll work and there'll be money and we'll discuss that. But right now, it's just questions, That's all it is, So, yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So now, let's say, because when I went through it, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, I think it goes pretty much for everybody.
All right.
It was not a fun process. As far as like getting the debt down, now you're ready, you get audited. Audited is not fun. You gotta show everything. They gotta know everything. You gotta show these bills that last this here.
Yep.
So they're gonna make sure you can afford this loan they're about to give you.
Yep.
So I'm gonna tell you people at home, it ain't gonna be fun. It may be like exciting to go look at the home and oh my God, this interior is great, the backyard's large, Oh, they got a secret attic up here. Blah blah blah.
Bro.
But go ahead.
The only fun part about getting a home is when you get them keys and move in. Like that process of looking and like you just said,
Yeah.
all that paperwork, banks checking your credit, and they want documents back from 1972 that you can't find. You gotta go here, go do this, go do that, go do that.
And you gotta make physical copies too.
Yeah. Right, man. That shit is a headache, bro. That shit is a headache.
You log into stuff online that you ain't logged into in years. You gotta create passwords. Like, oh my God, you gotta make go ahead.
But look, that's the part where I said about educating yourself is like the process of buying a home starts well before.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Before you get to that process. So that's why I say I love talking to people and saying, look, let's get ready. So, you know, before you even start buying a house, like a lot of people won't even talk to me. They're like, man, I'm not trying to buy a house till next year. And I'm like, no, let's start now. Let's just start, hey, get this paperwork on, get this piece of, get this information right, know where your money, so that way it can be a little bit fun. But I definitely know what both of y'all are saying, because it sucks when you feel like you getting blitzed.
And like you said, bro, like, when we first went in and when we got our first house, it was what, 2 years ago, something like that. It just felt like it was just so much pressure. Because for one, our realtor, he was just trying to throw us in anything. First, then secondly, like you said, I really want to educate us, so I really didn't know what to look for and who to talk to about this and that. So when we did finally get a house, I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Come to find out, I feel like we got bamboozled on the whole deal, bro. Like, and the ending result was we not living there no more.
Okay.
We had to go through bankruptcy and do all this other crap. We got all that out the way, so we good. We back on, we back on the building standpoint of things. But now we looking to get another crib soon because we got 2 small children.
Definitely.
And this apartment situation is getting small. It's getting tight because we got extra bodies. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely in the looks for us to get a new crib sometime soon, man. So I'll definitely probably be reaching out.
Man, please, absolutely.
What are some of the common people have for fears and mistakes that they could make in this process?
Man, a lot of people not unsure about the money, student debt. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to lose a house, for not paying, but if you don't pay your mortgage, you get put out. If you don't pay your rent, you still gonna get put out.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just it's about being educated, man. It's really about being educated, taking the time. I'll tell you one thing, and this is for me as a property manager, helping people learn how to invest.
Okay.
And as well as working with clients, man. I really hate HGTV. Well, let me not say HGTV. Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
That's not true. I don't like shows that just show the process being like done. Or
they look at 3 locations. Number 2.
Magnolia.
What do you do? I'm a street sweeper. Like it's not.
Yeah.
And it's never gonna work that way. And the same thing even with investing, man, is a lot of people are like, investing is a hot topic right now. You know what I'm saying? And so that's an area that I've been in for a while, man. And so it's interesting to watch people kind of get into that space, and they're like, they watch TV or watch Facebook, and it's like, oh, we just bought the house, second property, blah blah blah. But they never show like the middle part,
correct,
in between. So I think that's the part that I dislike, because it creates misinformation. And it's like, man, listen, I'm not trying to take your money. I'm not trying to just put you through a sales process or whatever. And I'll tell people this too, is that man, all realtors aren't the best person for you. All advisors in investing aren't the best person for you. So you got to have that initial conversation and say, look, let's talk about what this looks like, because I'm definitely not the person who will say, hey, let's go to this house, let's run to this house, let's do this. I'm much more, let's sit down, let's have some meetings, let's game plan, let's measure 10 times, cut once.
That was my first realtor. Yeah. I got a property over here I want to show you.
Yeah.
I got one over here, I'm just like, really, bro?
And there's nothing wrong, and here's the other part is, there's nothing wrong if you like that type of realtor. Awesome. I got some great, shout out to Plush Homes and Monica Hale. She's an awesome broker.
Who your girl was talking about last time?
Broadly so. You talking about yeah, you may be right.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah, they were in the same circle. They were in the same circle. But man, a great team of realtors. Over there where I'm at, man. And tons of people that's educated, but some of them might move a little faster. I can say, hey, look, I got some people that we can choose from, and blah, 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 blah. Because I would hate for you to, give me, and then you're like, damn, he moves slow. He want to talk and plan all the time. Versus you want to be like, when there's some people that really want to.
And it goes to the communication. If you got your stuff together a little further along, we can, hey, Mr. Hall, we can kind of move this a little faster because I got that information. Yep. I appreciate you trying to handle it with kid gloves.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, bro, even if you do have that information, it's kind of good to kind of go back and just kind of hear it again.
Oh, no, facts. No, facts.
You may have missed some shit.
Oh, of course. But you do have people that they have been educated probably to a certain extent.
Yep.
And they're like, well, hey, man, I'm good. Let's go ahead. I'm not scared at this point. Let's go and move forward a little faster. Yep. No, you're right, though. It's all good. It's all love. It comes from a good place.
Absolutely, man. So I just want to try to make sure that I'm giving you the best service, man. And sometimes, you have to work within your scope. You got to work within your skill set. So that's kind of where it is. So, and like I said, I tell that to investors too, man. Like I said, I love working. My main thing even being there is I do property management and I work with investors and showing people how to invest. And so that's really where my passion is working with those people who want to say, look, I've got a house. I've done this before. Now I want to switch and start getting properties. And then really walking them through the process and saying, like, look, I've been doing this for a while. I can probably talk to you about some stuff that other realtors can't. I can probably speak to some spaces that other realtors can't. And so let's kind of have that conversation. And so that's an interesting conversation as well too, man. You'd be surprised how many people want to get into the investment game and they're like, all right, now I want to buy that house. And they haven't looked at any. They hadn't checked the electrical system, no plumbing. They hadn't checked the roof. They hadn't checked the foundation. Hadn't checked anything. And so you get into this house that looks to be a good deal, and then when you start pulling back the walls, you don't know what you're gonna find.
Exactly. You're gonna spend $100,000 trying to fix the place up.
That's why it's best to get your shit inspected before you do all that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Before we go commercial break, Dwight, tell everybody exactly where they can find you. Speak to the people.
Okay, cool. Man, if you want to connect with me, man, reach out to me at Dhall Homes on Facebook and on Instagram. Dhall Homes, you can see some of the projects I'm doing, some of the development stuff. And we can reach out. My number's on there. I have a direct line of contact.
And everything he just said will be in the description box, guys.
Nice.
We're going to go to commercial break real quick. And on the other side, get to know you a little bit more. Catch up.
Cool.
Been some years. Damn decade plus.
Now, 2 decades.
Yeah, you're right, but I'm saying we out here grinding.
Absolutely.
I'm good seeing you, though. Really good seeing you.
Likewise, bro.
See you on the side. Listen, motherfuckers, stop what you're doing right motherfucking now. Subscribe to 501 Witty. That's 501 Witty. That's a W, like titty, but with a fucking W. And make sure you like, comment, and share this motherfucking video. Enjoy the motherfucking podcast. I gotta fucking go. I'm on the motherfucking run.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm being goofy. I apologize. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back. Behind the scenes.
Yeah, man. Welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed that commercial break. And like I said once before, go like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But now we're getting back to Mr. Dwight. And we finna...
Well, first of all, Dwight, how does one become a realtor? Like, let's say I want to get involved in that, someone's getting involved. Talk to people, how do they go through that process?
Yeah, man. So if you want to get your real estate license, what you really want to do is link with a good school here and get your education. I don't think he would mind me plugging his school with Maurice Taylor at Vivid Real Estate School. Phenomenal school. It's black owned. It's in North Little Rock. But I mean, when I say tons of information, like he's an entrepreneur and got a business in night school. But you want to sit down there and get your 60 pre-licensing hours and go through that process. And then once you do that, you get your fingerprints and your background check, and then take your test. Oh. And I mean, that's it. I mean, the biggest part is really, again, it's gonna be getting that information and going through that class because it's a lot of information.
Is the test hard? Cause I was actually thinking about getting into real estate, and I still kind of am. I got it on the back burner right now, but it's always a thought in my mind.
Yeah, so I would say hard is subjective, but I would say it's a lot of information. You definitely should do it because even if you don't want to practice and be a realtor, practicing a realtor, you might, feel like you want to do what I do, get into property management, be focused more on that. In addition to that, even if you don't want to do either one of those, there's good information to have. You understand the process more, And man, it's good stuff to learn. You always want to be learning, so I don't see why there would be anything wrong with it at all. But I highly recommend Maurice Taylor School though, for sure. So he's got a lot of good information. I think that's the most important part is like educating yourself, and you want to be with somebody that has the.
And so what you just spoke to, that can be done within a week or something, or this is like a month process?
So it differentiates between the school, and that's left up to the school. But sometimes it can be done in, like, typically they might break it up where you can go one whole week straight. And I don't even know if they're doing it anymore because of COVID. Sometimes it might be 2 whole weeks straight, Monday through Friday. And then it might be broken up into 3 months over a Friday, Saturday period or a Saturday, Sunday period where you go like the whole day. But like literally, don't quote me on that because it's changed a lot since I jumped in. And with COVID, man, you got to be careful. So people are doing virtual classes now, so that looks different. So and then the requirements are always changing. So
now, for a lot of people that don't know and want to get into it, but scared to. Is it expensive? Like the classes, how does it work?
No, I would say
Me personally, I know how it is, but I'm just trying to let you.
I would say put aside $500. $500 should cover you pretty much for almost everything. That's the class, the book, the test, everything. Somewhere in there, like $500 to $600. You know.
So, people who think about being realtors, you just heard it.
Yep.
Only $500 get you in the game.
Yep.
Well, roughly $500.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But if not, and like I said, I always offer this, man, is I'm big on information. So again, you got my info, and it'll be in the show notes. But if you need help with that, man, I love talking to people about that process, man. I love helping people in general. So, and it's not a charge, not anything. I'll definitely guide you to the right person. It's not gonna do me any good to stop somebody from,
of course,
you know what I'm saying? So definitely.
Speak to now it's called someone's a realtor now.
Okay.
Now, boom, they want to sell their first home. Speak to that like that, how that felt for you, and how does that go for a person like their first home? You about to show it. Hopefully they close. Like how does that go?
Man, first home as a realtor, I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh man,
I was following.
He's showing the sink that ain't working. This is the master. Oh, this is the master bedroom.
Oh man.
We're on the west wing. Oh, this east wing.
Here on the right, you have a house.
Yeah, right.
Man.
Yeah.
Man, it's again, it's about getting educated. I really didn't know. I'm a salesperson. I worked sales my whole life, and so I understand. I could do that, no problem. But there's pieces of real estate that a lot of people don't know that I wasn't educated enough on to be able to make those differences. So it was fun. Luckily, I went with somebody who they were like, hey, I want a house. You help me? It's like absolutely. So it worked out. It worked out well. But I didn't understand the timing. I didn't understand how to help get a person prepared. And there were things that you need help on, and you need good mentorship. So that's why I said, like I said, with Maurice, you'll get that at his school. But that definitely it was an interesting process. And I tell you this, I got better. But again, for me, my goal for getting into real estate was never. The intention was to never be a realtor, and that's it. It's like a piece along the puzzle, and I'm more on the investor and property management side and working with investors. But a lot of people don't know, man. A majority of the millionaires in the country have made money. Like they got their money started off in real estate. Like you see, like a lot of NBA owners, NFL owners, lawyers, doctors. A lot of them, they're making their money where they are. But they got some type of investment or some dealings with real estate. So. I just wanted to start from the ground up. I was like, I want to know everything. I want to learn everything because I don't want anybody to be able to tell me no, or anybody to say you don't know this or you don't know that, or whatever. It's like you go through the process and somebody pull your card to find out you know who you say you are. Correct. No, I want you to be able to look and be like, oh, I grinded out. I got properties. Been doing this over 15 years. Been a realtor, contractor. Walk my way all the way up to the point where I want to be.
So what's the difference between being a realtor, property manager, and what did you say?
Investor. Oh man, so an investor can be anybody. An investor could be someone who just works, who has an interest in real estate. So you could be, like I said, an attorney, a doctor. You could be like, hey, I want to buy a house and rent it out. You're a property investor, And now an investor looks different because you have people. There's Airbnb market, which is a whole other market.
That's awesome. Them things are nice.
Oh man. Boy. And then you start going to places like Atlanta, man. There's people who are they're leasing their apartment, but then they're turning around and putting it on Airbnb, and making money off of it. So I mean, there's so many different ways to be an investor now. It's crazy. You know, you got wholesaling and tons of ways. Then realtor property manager, typically, both you have to get licensed through the real estate commission. You do the test we talked about, but a realtor typically primarily functions, deals with like first-time home buyers, listing, you know, selling the property, giving information. That's kind of what you see when you're on TV. You see that process. Property management is typically the person who works for the homeowner or investor, and they say, hey, look, we're going to manage this property for you. We're going to take care of this property. Because a lot of people don't know investing is fun, but there's a lot of stuff that you may not know. There's some people who say, look, man, I got 501 Witty. I'm a podcast. I'm a ball. I just want my check every month. That's it. I don't want to know about tenants. I don't want to know about tenants. I don't want to know about cutting grass. I don't want to know about broken toilets. Just make sure that I have my check and this looks this way and these are the numbers for taxes and you know whatever else. And so that's the space I like. Like I said, for me, I like being in that property management space because that's where the majority of my knowledge is.
Gotcha. Speaking about property management, man, some places you get that shit together. Got some apartments here that look like trash.
Man, 1970 interior trying to charge you 2021 rent.
Yeah.
No comment.
I was like, man, you like the parking lot.
Look, you want to remodel, just throw some hardwood floors in there and throw the rent up $200 extra.
But you know what?
The only place got fucking air units in the window still. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
But yo, that's why it's good to have somebody. Like I said, I don't feel it's not a knock to other realtors, but I do feel like it's good to have a realtor who can speak to that space. And I definitely feel like it's good to have a property manager if you're buying. And I definitely feel like it's good to have a property manager or somebody who understands what's going on because, man, there's issues with tenants, you know, that a lot of people don't know how to deal with until it hits you and you're like, oh, I didn't know that could be a reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that this could happen, you know. Man, I got so many stories about, you know, having a, you know, personally having a property and like, you know, I boarded it up, it's locked up. I haven't charged anybody any rent and anything like that. I came back the next week and somebody was in the window chilling with 3 other people playing cards. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You know? It's like,
Squatters. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, what are y'all doing here?
Yeah, I seen some complexes, brother. They be in the 3 different, like, you know, they had a little sign up under new management, trying to get you excited. Don't shit change. Don't shit change. And they, like I said, they'll still charge that money, though. That's this shit crazy.
That's not why you gotta give it the right company, man. I'm telling you something.
That sounds like the person that you were just talking about. I don't care what this look like. I just want my check at the end of the month.
Man, listen, and but that's why I like working with people and I like having that initial meeting, man, because we gotta set expectations. You know, there are certain things that are in place. You know, really fair housing laws you gotta abide by. There's tons of laws that you need to abide by, and in addition to that,
shit ain't listening. Hell.
Well, if you work with me, that's
yeah, I got you.
It's a must, man. But you know, you want to make sure, man, that everything is right. No molds in the walls. You know, you want to make sure there's no drips, no leaks. You know, you want to know what to do. If you know if you see cracks here that aren't supposed to be cracks, toilets aren't working, or somebody even from simple stuff saying like, hey, you know, there's a leak in my house and it's running everywhere, or there's water coming out, and have the safety of knowing that there's going to be somebody there that day instead of like next week. When all your stuff is already flooded, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's just simple stuff, man.
Yeah, just a complex on the news 2 days ago. This has some similar problems. You know, stuff need to be updated and stuff was like not up to code and up to par. You know that shit go, bro. They don't give a fuck about people.
What was this?
It was on the news. I forgot. It's in Little Rock. I think it was in Little Rock. Yeah.
In the hood somewhere?
Yeah.
Little Rock, we gotta do better.
Tragic.
Yeah, but that's Little Rock. It's everywhere. Yeah, you go to any other city. From California, I seen it in Dallas, from Fort Worth. I see it everywhere, man. They
for
just
sure.
some places are trash.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, too, though, guys, you know, if you do live in a place, it's up to you, too, to keep your shit up to par a little bit, too. You know?
Yeah.
You do your part, and then they doing their part.
Yeah.
So since you're a property manager,
Yeah.
where does someone go? Let's say, not saying this is you,
Okay.
but let's say Dwight not doing his job. Shit falling apart still. Where does one go to go past you?
So where does one go past me? So I answer that 2 ways. So one, you want to make sure, as a property manager, because you have to look at it on both sides. As a property manager, you want to make sure that you are doing the right screening. So if let's say you come to me and you say, hey, I want to put some tenants in my place, you want to make sure that there's a screening process and there's stuff going on. But to tend to go past that person, what a lot of people don't know is everybody's licensed through the real estate commission. So, I mean, you actually can go, don't do that, try to solve it, but you can go to a person's broker and you can talk there. And if that doesn't work, you actually can go to the real estate commission and do what you need to do that way. But I think it's that's a last end step, and hopefully it can always be worked out before that. But I would tell you again, there are tenants I know who will do that. They're like, I'm gonna do this, but it's like, hey, did you keep the property up? I know you're 3 months behind. Make sure you don't tell on yourself. Yeah. But that is what you do, and you want to make sure it's fair on both sides, and they have every right to do what they need to do to take care of themselves. So I'm never gonna stop that. You did hear me say that. Folks out there listening.
Hey, you'll go through the process.
Go through the steps, man.
Yeah.
Go through the steps. I believe in that part, man.
Don't blame Mr. Hall here.
Don't, please. Get a call on Monday.
I know, right?
So do you just sell here, or do you sell in other states?
So I sell here and invest here, but I invest in other states.
Okay.
Yep. Invest here, invest in other states.
That's awesome.
What's your best state that you like to invest in?
So I have most in Little Rock, but got some investments in Miami.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's some investments in Miami. So that's been a fun one.
Bad boys.
I bet that's a fun trip every time you go.
Yeah, man, it's work. It's work. It's definitely work. I don't get to be on. I always laugh when I watch y'all's podcast. And you say something, you're like, man, I really don't have a Facebook, but I like, man, I almost feel you because you're like, that's right, I don't get a chance to put anything on Facebook. I hate putting stuff on Facebook, but if I do make a trip, if I do go that direction, it's work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. But that blue box, I have people hyped up. Feel like you're in the prove yourself Olympics.
Right.
Hey, man. Facts.
Well, I mean, what do you say after that? Nothing.
No. What else do people need to know about you, Dwight, when we get out of here?
Man, listen.
Some of your favorite things to do.
Man, my favorite
things on the beach.
Oh my God, is this?
No, fuck with you.
No, man. So,
what the fuck you up to, man?
I
ain't seen you in 20 years.
Work, bro. But it feels like it's even really been longer than that if you think about it.
Yeah, no. When I left in 2002, 2003 to go to the military, that's like the last time.
Yeah, I guess so, right? Yeah.
I was really around the church on a regular basis. Like
yeah, man. Yeah,
so
man.
you use because I'm graduating in 02.
03.
So you're right behind me.
Yep, right.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, working, man. So I jumped in. Actually jumped in education, man. Jumped in higher ed, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I struggled in school. I never tell people I struggled in school when I was in college. But I just made a promise, to my mom, my grandmother, my folks, and so I told them I would do it. So I said I was going to do it. And but what I learned is that there's a lot of different people who learn like me, and so they need people who can help them and not just push them to the side. So that's really what spurred me for getting into higher ed. So I jumped in, probably did about 11 years in higher ed, and man, had a good time. Worked at the University of North Texas for a while.
Okay.
Did some work at Arkansas Baptist College for a while.
All right.
Did some work for Philander for a while, and so man, good times, had fun. But higher ed don't make that much money, so moved around and kind of started pushing my money more into real estate, and worked in Walmart, did some operations work, and was operations manager for some years there. Yeah, man, so did that, left, I was really all over Dallas, really, man. I got moved to Dallas, and so I was in Dallas, Carrollton, Plano, Fort Worth, Watauga. A lot of people don't know about Haltom City. I was in Haltom City.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I was in a place. That movie some really weird places that nobody knows. I was in a place called the Colony. Beautiful place, but it's almost like a city. Well, it is a city, but it's almost like a place to itself. Like it's really weird. So man, all over there, man. And then man, came back to Little Rock, man, to kind of push this investment, real estate investment, man. That's where like I said again. My experiences and my heartaches. I want to see some stuff move forward in Little Rock, and man, want to push that.
So now you're blessed at the moment, wherever you're at. Do you see yourself maybe relocating again, somewhere bigger market, or
At some point. Yeah, at some point.
Do we have a target area in our head?
I don't know, man. Texas is always cool, man. I enjoy Texas because it's close enough, but it's far enough away. I got a lot of family in Georgia. Got stuff going on in Miami. And I've heard great things about the Carolinas, particularly North Carolina.
That's crazy. I slick want to move so bad. I don't know why. Like,
I get excited.
He hate when I say shit like this. You want me to You Little Rock bound forever.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hey, listen,
But I love home, man.
I love home.
Little Rock, let me tell you something, man. Little Rock, and I don't think we give enough credit to the people that was in our class and around the age, because a lot of people, and I'm not just talking about the mayor, but I'm talking about there's other people that, you know, they were like, man, we don't like the way things look, we don't like the way things feel, and we're trying to change for the city, man. And I think that's the biggest thing is everybody in Little Rock is like, all right, get your money, go, or like shoot out. And I think at some point, I ain't say you owe a duty, because you definitely got to get your money and go move your own family and your own stuff forward. But I mean, man, there's so much stuff when you know, there's so much stuff other places that like Little Rock doesn't have, and it's like, dang, even if you're not here, just invest here or send money here or make a difference. So I'm always excited to see, like, when I'm ready to go, like right when I'm like, man, I'm done with this place. I always get excited and see new stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's dope. I like seeing people that I knew and grew up with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, moving that thing. So I'm like, man, keep doing what you're doing, but it isn't that much stuff. So normally, like I said, you ask me what I like to do, so I'll tell you this. Again, because there isn't that much stuff to do, and I'm not going to a club. It's,
of course.
it's
over
with. Yeah, it's over with.
You ain't done the club stuff.
Far.
You ain't done the club stuff.
So, man, you know, I actually shoot guns, man. I really like to shoot guns, man. That's cool. I got some bulldogs. I'm an avid shooter, man. I believe in that part. So, I shoot guns. Love music.
Competition?
Man, I wouldn't mind getting into it, man.
Oh, so you think you ready for it? You good?
Absolutely. I'm always ready for it. I'm always ready for it. We can always do that. So, yeah, man. So that and music, man. I tell you one place I wish they left, but I wish it was here. The Afterthought, man. Do you remember that? Afterthought was super dope place, man.
What was that?
It's off in the Heights, like in Cantrell. A lot of people don't know, man.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
They're kind of bringing it back. I think that same that core group of guys.
Talk about it. What was it?
Oh man, the Afterthought was this place. So let me give a shout out to big Little Rock musicians. A lot of people don't know, man. Little Rock has some, to me, in my personal opinion, going to a couple other places and seen the other places. Little Rock has dope musicians. Like,
oh, I see. Yeah, trust me.
By far. And so, man, the Afterthought was so cool because you had people, man, that bass player, guitar player, it's like a jam session. I mean, but it was like the top of the top. So I think there's you know, I remember some of UAPB's drumline guys and some of the people who played in their band who were at the top. I mean, you're talking Joel Crutcher. I can't remember anybody's name. Paul. I can't think of Paul. He plays drums. Steve plays drums. There's a great bass player named Ivan. What's my guys who I can see their name? The Moutons. Man, dad and son combo played the sax. My guy Tico trombone. It was just phenomenal top level musicians.
He was my band teacher.
Yeah, phenomenal musicians, man. And so I used to love going there, man, on a Tuesday, and it was so cool. It was, you know, black folks, white. It really looked like Little Rock. Everybody was in there, and it was free to get in, and they had good food, and they played everything from like the 70s all the way up. I mean, R&B, 90s swing, all the way to like contemporary new music. I even heard some gospel in there sometimes playing around. So it was dope, man. It was a good vibe. So I wish Little Rock had some more stuff like that, like laid back spots where
lounges.
Yeah, man.
Not just the clubs.
Yeah.
Not no turn up shit. Like just go in there, get your nice glass, shit, go out, just chill, bro.
I knew the club life was over for me when I went out somewhere and somebody's sweat dropped on my face and I was like,
oh wow, yeah.
This is disgusting. Why are we here? Yeah, you're too close to me, fam. Too close.
You talking shit.
Exactly. So I was like, yeah, doc, it shouldn't even came that close to my person.
You like 6'3", ain't you?
Yeah, man, 6'3".
Yeah. Tall ass motherfucker.
Dang. Now, everybody in my family, man. You know,
I know.
I'm probably, honestly, I'm one of the shorter people in my family. Like everybody.
No, because I told you that, man. I don't think I'd be like 6'2".
Probably 6'10", man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, probably 6'10".
Power those people.
Yeah.
So deep voice.
Yeah, man. A figure, man. So yeah, definitely big shoes to hold up. In the city, man. You know, everybody in my family either played ball, man. Everybody played ball on some professional level, and definitely skip me.
Yikes.
Hey, I got a business gene.
Yeah, he goes to making you hit a free throw.
Nah, ain't that bad, Dave. Ain't that bad, but you know. Yeah, man, my uncle, man, miss him dearly, man. He was definitely a big figure in the community, man, and ran for the school board, worked in the school district for like 40 years. Man, did a lot of work with Senator George Elliott. Man, Coach Peterson, Michael Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
And so
he was a good dude.
Yeah,
When he go to Parkview?
Yeah.
He coached at Parkview?
No, well, he coached at. No, that was my other uncle. My other uncle. So I had another uncle who played sports, and his name was Keith Peterson. But he went to Parkview. The one.
Did he coach at Parkview?
No.
Basketball?
No. But he played. He played for a while, and then but my other uncle, he was with he coached with Jocelyn Elder's husband, and yeah, man, he's one of the reasons why I got into education, man. Taking kids to HBCUs. I remember when we were kids. You remember they used to take everybody to like Grambling, go to Prairie View, and just like always encouraging people, man. So big shoes to fill, man. And so I think again, why look, people get on that blue box and get to go into fight, and I'm like, man, we got too much stuff to worry about. And so I think about stuff like that, man. Like, man, just moving something forward. You don't have time for that. So
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Dwight, man, it was awesome to finally have you on the podcast.
Bro,
I'm not ready to you at the downtown. I was like, look at Dwight.
Man, look, trying to work it out.
I think we just got done shooting the shit.
Yeah, that's how you was there.
Okay, solid, man. Yeah,
man.
Stay walking out. But yeah, it's crazy, man. I hadn't seen you since like Mount Sinai days.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, bro.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
So one more time, tell people they can find you and how they can locate you.
Yep. So listen, Dhall Homes on Facebook, Dhall Homes on Instagram. If you have any questions about investing or property management, definitely reach out to me. We'd love to work with you and see how we can get you there. If you have questions, if you're a first-time home buyer, definitely talk to me and I'll point you in the right direction.
Business hours only, though. Don't call him man on 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
He busy with his lady.
You don't want to get in trouble with his lady now.
Yeah, he busy with his lady.
That's Louisiana problems right there. Man.
Yeah, oh shit.
And the New Orleans problems. Don't nobody want that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So definitely Dhall Homes on all platforms. You can see my development project, and you can talk business with me, man. So I appreciate you for having me, man.
It's all love.
Dope podcast, brother. Dope
I
podcast.
appreciate it. You're come on, Bobby. Let him know. Come talk to him.
Go subscribe, man.
No, he for real.
Lock it in.
Like, please go subscribe. If you, and I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus or anything like that. I'm just speaking straight from here. Like, real talk. Like, if you've been on the podcast and you're not sharing, what are you doing? What are you waiting on? Go share content. We're trying to grow. Go like the stuff. Go share it. Go subscribe. Turn your notifications on too. So when we do drop something, boom, it's right there at your front door.
No doubt.
But that's the photo man, guys. Instagram.
Yeah, something like that.
Last but not least, Clyde One Slater the Third on Facebook. Of course, the Flight of the Phoenix on Instagram.
Yeah.
And last, my freaky side of me,
Chop them names though.
the Phoenix 6969 on Twitter.
He on TikTok too, Kyle.
Oh no, sir.
He
No,
on
sir.
TikTok.
No, sir.
They call him Shorty on TikTok.
Well, man, just fuck with us like you said earlier. Seriously, subscribe to the
That's
channel.
what the aliases before you leave. Just give me the aliases before you leave.
All right, one more time.
Sorry.
I got it's all up. You got Dark Child.
Yeah.
You got Venom. You got the Beast.
Yeah.
April's Fool.
Okay.
Lady Killer.
Okay.
Of course, Lord of the Tits. Breast Bandit.
Oh
Go ahead, pause. Titty Man.
Oh man.
And then of course, last night, like I said, the Phoenix, bro. I'm a crazy individual.
Are you gonna come up with any more?
No, sir. The Phoenix was the last one because he rides from the ash and becoming new. So, so there you go. Phoenix. That's the last one I'm giving myself. And if y'all see me in the city, fuck with us. 501 Witty. Subscribe to the channel.
And whoever commented on the YouTube, did you see that?
Yeah, I wrote to him. That's cool.
Whoever commented on that, appreciate you for your show.
Hey, thank you.
Man.
Talking
Appreciate
directly to you. If you was the one that spoke to me in the conversation or spoke to us and said you saw my car, I
Big
appreciate
shout out
it.
to you for real.
And I don't know who you are personally, but thank you very much. That's it, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get the fuck out of here.
Let's go.
Get my damn kids to their mama. I'm out of here. Ready.